What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Throw Show. Here with the three-time All-American Trevor Stutzman.
The three All-American.
Yeah. The world's most decorated co-host in the throwing world for podcasts. Is that accurate,
Possibly.
maybe?
I don't know if I'd back that up, but we'll say so.
So we're going to go right into it. We've had crazy results the last 2 weeks. We got an American record, and if you stay till the end, you're going to see my thoughts on Zeb Zion and what they've done with Val Allman and all the details around that. But first, we're going to get into the Throws U/Garage Strength team. And Alex Rose is on a tear right now. 65, 67 out at Chula Vista, throwing with all the GS dudes. And right after this meet, walks into the weight room and doubles 495. And this
That's
is
absurd.
This is from Alex, who told me he wanted to stop lifting really heavy this late in the season.
I think I'm done lifting heavy, then proceeds to bench 495 for two. Yeah.
What do you think he could max bench?
I think with how he's wired, probably I'd give him 520 maybe.
Yeah, if I was going to say 530. Yeah. What would you want to fix in his technique, Trevor?
On Alex's technique in this throw?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see when it comes up again.
Sam looks small there. Spotting him.
I mean, I think it's his typical,
Yeah.
I think he's a little over-rotated,
Yeah.
a little leaning,
Yeah.
leaning to the left side in the middle a little bit. But, dude, he still just,
Slings
kills that finish. But I don't know, if he, honestly, one thing I was going to say, I don't know if this might have been on last week. Actually, maybe he does release that pretty cleanly. I think it's still he's throwing. How many times has he thrown 65 meters with the disc going like this?
So when he returned from his trip, he voxed me and he goes, "Yo, I'm going to start working on my release." And I was like, "Dude, I had 100 releases all fall to work on your release, and you had zero interest in fixing it." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I don't remember that." So he followed this up. He goes home from California. It's 35 degrees and gets out of the car, misses warm-ups, and by his last throw goes, 66, 67. So, not a PR, but within about 70 centimeters of a PR when it's that cold. And throwing against 2016 Olympian Andrew Evans, who actually ended up throwing 63 plus.
Yeah.
So great toss by both Andrew Evans and Alex Rose. And Andrew Evans back in the mix is a big one where it's, he's an Olympian from 2016 for the U.S., 66-meter guy, and now going 63, that's going to factor in a lot of different things here. And this was a big throw for Alex, too, just to solidify hitting the standard for the World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So, getting into Daniel Stahl. Oh,
So we don't have the video for this, but Daniel Stahl did go 69.11 at Chula Vista.
So what
I think is his best for the season so far.
Yeah. What I wanted to point out is look how small Alex looks.
Yeah.
Alex
if you've ever stood next to Alex, he is massive.
Yeah, he's huge. And even Seaman's one of those guys that everybody used to say he was small, and now you look at him too, and it's Alex looks like a dwarf. What? That's crazy. I was trying to figure out how.
Alex is 300 plus, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 315. Stahl's probably 320, 330.
Yeah.
He does look a little leaner than he had been last year, but still looks, he and Peterson both look like they're in pretty good form. Alex did beat Peterson twice. Actually, Sam beat him.
Yeah.
That was a big win. Peterson's an Olympic silver medalist. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that he didn't throw as well as he could have.
Right.
But still, that's a big win.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah. Okay, Brooke Anderson coming out, going 77-26 with a world lead. I've always thought her technique solid. I think she's back training she's in Arizona now, at Grand Canyon. And just looks like she hasn't skipped a beat at all. And I was thinking about this with women's hammer. If you look at women's hammer and women's shot and women's discus. It is. I don't believe there's ever been a point in American throws history that this has been happening where, you essentially could have 2-3 girls with world leads from the U.S. in the hammer. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 shot putters that are women that are, at top three women in the U.S. right now are probably top 5 in the world.
Right.
And then you factor in Val, Olympic champ in the discus, and it's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And Brooke Anderson is just keeping this rolling. She had a great year last year, and I think it's just carrying back over into this year, and especially with world champs in Eugene. Everybody that's American is going to be comfortable in that circle.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with her.
Yeah, it's a big throw. And then this guy just, again, let's just cue him up for the rest of every
for
throw
the next
show for
20
the next
years.
Yeah, right.
20 years. I even asked Sam, I was like, yo, how big's Alekna? He's like, dude, he's like 6'6", 6'7", like, and he looks like he's 12. He's like, you just throw against him, and you're like, how is this even fair?
Yeah, I don't know if this is as far as what he threw the other week, but another 66 mid is a massive throw.
Yeah, it's huge. Absolutely huge. I wonder how he's balancing the life, like the life in the U.S. and.
I know that's like something that I feel like you take for granted.
Yeah.
A lot of throwers, even like I see it as a norm that like someone goes to college, their freshman year, it's usually a little rocky. They're figuring stuff out. They're figuring out new life, and like I think for someone to come in, to a different country, let alone all that other stuff, it's adds to the impressiveness.
Yeah, and another language.
Yeah.
That's another factor too.
Yeah.
And away from home, that far away from home.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was 19, I wanted to go home like every weekend.
You live like 2 hours away.
I just miss my mom.
Missed Leesport.
Yeah. So Rudy opens at 79.11. And this was another thing. Like Rudy, if you look at Rudy, Danny Roberts went 75. 10, something like that. So there's like 3 or 4 guys already over 75 in the men's hammer.
Sean Donnelly went over.
Yeah,
I don't know if we have him on here, but he went over 75.
Tyler Williams just went 70, by the way. I don't know if
did he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's huge.
So Rudy he's number 3 in the world rankings right now. 79.11 opener. Great yell too. I know we can't really hear it, but that's just I love watching him compete.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is with Rudy is like how, here we go, he adjusts so well in season. Like he adjusts so well in season from like, he's going to learn from this comp. And he's going to go to the next 2 comps. And it's like he constantly is learning and taking notes on what he can improve upon in his competitive stature. As well as in his training. So I think that's what I love about him is he's just going to keep getting better.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And this is what we were talking about yesterday. His technique, dude. This is pathetic that I don't even know his name because this is the 3rd animal Jamaican. Roger Stona, I guess. Roger Stona, that's a pretty cool name if that is. But so he comes out, goes 64.98. So there's, my understanding, I could be incorrect, but I believe there's 3 Jamaicans right now in the NCAA throwing 63 plus. And
that's insane.
I love this dude's finish. Watch how long he stays on his left. Everything's down and just forward. It reminds his finish really. It's like Matty Denny. Dakers, looks like Krauser in the shot. It's just super grounded forward.
You just see everything going out.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Yep.
Nothing coming up. All out.
Yeah, I really like his technique quite a bit. So it's just going to be what's going to end up happening at NCAAs and the discus is going to be insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that takes us to we already watched Mikolos. Oh, so this takes us to Payton.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Huge.
Throws you, garage strength alum, looking super quick. And she had even said on this throw too, it's like left was a little bit late, so she sort of fell into that left side and had to send it down the right, but still ended up just smacking the crap out of that. And Cooper Campbell, her boyfriend, went 1995 at the very next weekend. So she's been on fire. Just last week, she's like, I had a bad meet at like 17:44.
Yeah, she's knocking on the door, 18 meters.
Yeah. And this was, I think right now she's number 2 in the NCAA.
That's insane. That's awesome. Congrats, Payton.
Boom. What would you fix?
Dude, she's just looking so quick. Like through the middle, she gets her left down so quick and then just like works the finish. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, maybe a little more dynamic with her left arm maybe, but I mean, this is a good throw. You can't say too much about.
I think she drops her left heel out of the back, so that forces her to be a little bit late off of her left, even though it's really fast through the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a solid throw.
Yeah.
Which leads us into
Maria.
Another throws you alum.
Yeah.
Going big. New school record. Yo, her finish looks way better there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's
easy.
Like, it's easy and it's, like, I feel like she's, like, less jumpy than she typically is.
Yeah. I was just looking, I'm like, dude, what's she going to do when she starts to crank one? Like,
right.
She barely even yelled on that. And
honestly, I think that's, like, a good place to start from,
I think Maria is, like, wired, too, where she turns the notch up on this and they back off training a little bit, and all of a sudden she adds a meter. Like, dude, maybe not a meter, but, like,
I don't know. I could see it.
She could just pop off.
Yeah. Definitely.
17:32. I think she threw 17.
Number 5.
Yeah, in the NCAA. Dude, that's awesome. I'm excited to see. And that outdoor, the way the outdoor NCAA is set up with first round is, I just love that layout. They're all going to be competing against each other for those spots to get to the big comp. So it's going to be fun to see.
Yeah.
Cyro, 63.97. I love Alex's comment. The fact that you did this in orange lime shorts.
You will. Well, hopefully this is the furthest he'll throw, but at least for the time being.
Yeah.
He's got the shorts on for his BR.
I was actually talking to Cyro, and this is what's cool is people watching the throw show. You can see on Instagram how many technical analysis we've gone over the years with Josh. And now it's like, he's throwing 64 meters essentially now, and you can see that hard work paying off. And he still has a little bit where he sort of falls in on his left hip, leads to that little bit of an over rotation, but he's a little bit more patient at the front.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I love it because it's like Josh is a classic example of what long-term hard work can build into. Yeah. And he's got a family, he's got 2 kids, he's got a full-time job, and he's balancing this out and still knocking on the door of trying to make a world team.
Yeah. That's huge.
Good job, Joshy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Josh's birthday today too.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Okay, so this is actually. Oh wow! I didn't know that it went over the fence.
Home run.
What?
That's nuts.
Holy cow! So I was talking.
How'd they measure that?
They had to have gone through it or something.
Maybe they had the laser. They do. They have the laser thing.
So I was talking to Dan last night. So he had 2 over the fence, 1 through the gate, and another into the fence on his first attempt. Oh, so he went 75-70. So I've been writing his lifting programs, and he's like, dude, we can't lift 4 days a week. Your programs are crazy. I was like, okay, I'll back off now that you've qualified for U.S. Nationals. But he's a guy who's just, I think, a total sleeper.
Yeah.
You know, I forget, I think he threw 58 in the discus. He's so wired. It's just he hasn't, you know, he's been in and out since COVID, basically. Since COVID hit, he hadn't been thrown. He was sort of like Andrew Evans, backed off of throwing for like a year or two, and now he's back in the game. And it's cool to see these guys being able to sustain this form, you know, come back and do this.
Yeah, that's massive.
Man, imagine if you would have parked out there.
Yeah.
All right, Eric Favors. So Eric went 2014 and then followed up the following week with a 1998. And so Eric had moved out to Garage Strength. He's training full time. He actually just gave his master's dissertation today on Zoom. He was a little stressed about that. But it's cool. It's cool to see. I think Eric's improving too. I think here he falls in a little off that right. But he's smoothing out. You can even see on his finish he doesn't juice that as well as he could have. But he's another one. It's like if he can get up 2050 to 21, that's going to get him into World Championships. He represents Ireland, and that's going to, that's a huge step on his career and where he can go. And this is a new Irish record.
Yeah.
Set at Garage Strength.
Yeah. One of many.
Yeah,
actually.
I feel like there's been like 3. Yeah. Canada, Italy, maybe when I don't know, maybe not when. No, when Ponzio did that, no, it wasn't Italy.
Yeah, Alessandro Andre.
Yeah.
Samoa and Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria and Samoa. So we got quite a bit.
Yeah.
This video got 425 likes. What?
1,000.
Yeah, 425,000 likes. I'm like 425 likes. Dane, what of our technical analysis on throws you gets that? Holy cow!
Follow.
Man, Frick's he's trying to challenge. He's trying to challenge Romani on world's most famous shot putter.
Seriously.
Jeez. You know what I feel like we should do in this show too? I think we should feature one of Krauser's YouTube videos too.
Well, we did before.
Yeah, we
did. But
cool.
yeah, I know. We should keep bringing those up because they're legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Javen Williams,
Javen.
pride of Trevor. 61-1. What's your prediction here? Does he throw farther than Jeff? Jeff's never going to let it live. If he gets the county record and Jeff didn't because of COVID.
So the caveat with Javen is he's a junior right now, but he's committed to Penn State to play football and probably
he's going to early enroll.
Yeah, so he probably won't be throwing next year. So he's got to be.
There's no probably in that
GS.
statement.
I'm still holding out a little bit. He's got to beat the GS record his junior year, which is 65-7, I think.
Yeah, from Jeff.
Yeah, from Jeff. I think he can do it. I mean, dude, there's no doubting this beast. He's like, I mean, he can. The level that he can amp up his intensity in competition is just absurd.
Yeah.
And he's technical. He focuses on his work. And yeah, I think he's gonna beat it.
Yeah. I think he can for sure.
But yeah, 61-1. That's a big toss. Why missing?
And he squatted 195 the night before, which is stupid. Kilos, yeah.
Yeah, that
so his legs were probably sore, and he's still smashing this. Actually, This weekend's the Stefan meet, so maybe he's going to go off this weekend.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, you got a bunch of GS throwers.
Maybe he'll throw 62-6 even and not have the quarter inch.
Anyways, he still needs to break Dane's county record.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, Jeff never got it because he never had an official meet.
Yep.
And so Dane still has a county record at 62.
Yep. 6 1/4.
6. So Javen just needs another 1.5 foot. For all those
people
interested in Berks County.
Berks County throwing lore. That takes us to Danny MacArthur, who I always want to call Douglas MacArthur after the famous American general. Trying out for WWE. Does anyone know how he did?
Anyone in this room know?
Jason. He has a. Here's. See.
Oh. No.
Do you think you could do WWE with those
I have
guys?
no idea what goes into WWE.
Dude, they're doing like backflips and stuff.
I mean,
they're jumping of like.
If that's the case, then I think throwers are made perfect.
Crazy throwers.
Yeah.
Crazy throwers. think about like you're coming off of ropes and like hammering guys like
Yeah.
for fun. Like, I think he could do a good job though, and he could get beefed up. So.
Yeah.
Him versus Gable Stevenson in 2 years for the belt,
If you've
for
ever
the world title.
see the two most like explosive
Yeah.
sports go head to head.
That'd be crazy.
On the wrestling mat.
So this is going to take us to Val Allman and Zeb Zion and what they've done here and my thoughts. And so this is Val's 69.46. This was, I guess, a couple days after she set a new American record, which she had thrown 71 meters. And I just think,
have here. Too.
yeah, this is a great.
Let's watch this.
Let's watch this one. I think this angle is pretty good. I'll say this: when she threw like 70-70, the one that she threw in the stadium, I think her technique might have been slightly better, but at the same time, 71.46 here. Mm-hmm. I honestly think what she's done and what Zeb's worked on with her. I mean, even watching Pippery, like they have a very similar style and model, and I think that I'd put Zeb up as like a top 3 coach in the U.S., but 2, I would say, I believe I've talked to Alex about this quite a bit. I think Val has the best discus technique of all time. Mm-hmm. I think she should be everybody's technical model.
Yeah.
She's good out of the back. Now this throw, I do think she falls in a little more than normal, but I also think she throws just a little differently when she's outdoors, out of a stadium. She holds that middle position well, left leg grounds really well, and then she's got a really, really good finish. Like she just stays on that left foot the entire time.
Yeah.
And she's
I think we have not seen nearly the end of what she can do yet.
Well, that's what else I'm like. What if she throws 73?
I know, and like even like looking like there really isn't that much air movement. Like she hits a big wind at a place like this, and
if there was wind, you'd see it in the net or the trees.
Yeah, I mean maybe there's a tiny little bit over here, but like she hits a big wind, like that could go 74 this throw. I feel like.
Yeah. Now the world record's 76, I think. 75 or 76.
Is this? So this is the furthest throw in 30 years. Is it the clean?
Yeah, come on. What do you? Of course it is. We should go on the USADA website to see how many times Val's gotten drug tested in the last year. She's probably been drug tested like, I bet you it's 10 to 12 times. Yeah. But it just shows. It's like the best throw in 30 years. I wonder why. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the absolute clean world record. I think she has the best technique in the history of the sport. I believe that anybody in high school, if you want to learn how to throw discus, you can watch her throw over and over and over again and learn her positions out of the back with that right leg, what she's doing with the left side in the middle, and then how she works forward at the front. So they've done a fantastic job, and I think everybody can and she's just going to keep getting better. She's, 27? It's like, she's got a while. Perkovich was dropping bombs all the way up till she's 32, 33. You know, it's like, it's going to be fun to see what happens.
Yeah.
What's your prediction? What did she throw this year?
This year?
She broke 70 last year at Olympic trials in qualifying.
Dude, I think she could go 73.
Yeah. And that's a stadium that has decent wind for discus, too.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be interesting. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Throw Show. Until next time, peace.